Hey, welcome back to the Transformative Live show. I'm your host, Marcus Hart, and today we're diving deep into the power of positive thinking and the profound impact it can have on mental wellness, our mental wellness. Our special guest today is inspiring Christie. She's the author of Change Your Mind, Change Your Life, a pocket book of quotes. Christie's journey with mental health has been a roller coaster, but she's harnessed the power of words to transform her life. We'll be talking about how a simple quote can spark a change in mindset and how to cultivate positivity, even in challenging times, and how the pocketbook of wisdom came to be. We're going to also be talking about mental wellness and so much more. So get ready to be inspired, to shift your perspective, and to start transforming your own life one quote at a time. So let's welcome Christy. How's it going, Christy? Welcome to the show.
The alias, and that's my author name. That's what my stage name that I go by.
Okay,
How's it going?
it's going good. So, I know I said so much about the pocketbook itself, and we're gonna be talking a little bit about that, but be very intrigued about the background as well. So you know, we ain't gonna go. I know you didn't want to go too deep about that because there's a lot
Okay.
of stuff happening with that as well.
Right.
But maybe give us a little insight into who you are and maybe a little snippet of Mango Wellness.
No problem. So again, my name's Christy, aka Cookie. In Canada, the Oreos are made by a company called Mr. Christie, not Nabisco. So me growing up in a suburban area with mainly white people, my family was one of the first Black families to immigrate to the area, which I live in, Durham region. They called me Oreo. So they called me Oreo Cookie because I was Black on the outside, but I was in the drama class and I can talk like I'm a news anchor. So I took that name Cookie and I morphed it into my own personality. My last name is Mango. En français, Mango. The T is silent. So main got. I mainly got it. So I transformed that into Mango. So that my alias and my author name is Cookie Mango. At 17, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, bipolar type 2, and I'll be 40 in November. And I've been in and out so many different mental health hospitals in Ontario. I've had exorcisms. I've had people pray over me. I've had people make fun of me on Twitter. People call out my names on Facebook because of my bipolar disorder
Yeah.
diagnosis. You'll never hear me say that I am bipolar because I'm not. That is just a diagnosis that they gave me based on
Right.
things that I said. Um, I've gotten multiple diagnoses. I also had a borderline personality disorder, and the last one they gave me is bipolar type 1. So they don't know. It all depends on what you give them. It's not a, I'll get into that. Asking for help and whoing to know to ask for is the reason why I created my company, Mango Wellness. The tagline
Mhm.
is total body health begins in the mind.
Right.
My brother has his own gym called Body by Chosen. They work with different artists, and that's a physical thing. A lot of people
Mhm.
forget about the mind because I can have a smile on my face all day, but you don't know what thoughts negative are flowing through our mind that I have to constantly reboot and do the opposite action to get into a positive zone. So I decided to create the company, Mango Wellness, to advocate for myself and to speak about my journey with mental wellness in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and the world. um, so there was one time where I was in the hospital for 28 days, and my dad gave me this little book. It says, "Keep calm and carry on." You know, it's a little battered and bruised here. Um,
Yeah.
uh, so what I did was I started writing down quotes. I started writing down quotes that anybody said. I said, I'm going to write a book one day. Sign here. Look, I have signatures. I have signatures of people who actually have had to sign because I'm not paying anybody for your quotes. I said, I'm going to write a book one day if you just let me quote you. I had a friend who sent this quote. She said, by changing so much of what goes into your mind, you can change what comes out of your mind.
Mhm.
And that sparked something for me to collect all these quotes. No matter where I went, I'm going to quote you. I'm going to quote you. And it took me 7 years. It took me 7 years to actually publish my book. I self-published it um, because I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to put it out there that I was diagnosed bipolar, that I have changed my mind, that I'm going to change my life. Um,
Mhm.
but when I was ready, I did it. I categorized all my quotes into different chapter titles. And then I wrote a little introduction. I wrote a little conclusion. And I made a book. It's only 88 pages. And unfortunately, I don't have a copy right here to show you because I sold out, which is great. But I would
That's
have loved.
good. It's always good.
You can find it online at all bookstores.
Yeah.
It's on Walmart.com. I just found out it's on Barnes and Nobles, and it's obviously on Amazon, so you can get a copy there as well. Um, Again, it's called Change Your Mind, Change Your Life, a pocket book of quotes. So it's your new little black book. It's a small little pocket size, can fit into your pocket, and there's 2 ways of reading the book. So the first way, you can just open up a page, and there'll be a quote for you. Here's a quote. Nothing is impossible. The word it says, I'm possible, right?
Right.
Or you can go to the chapters, and whatever chapter resonates with you, you can go to that and open up the chapters and see how many pages is in that chapter. Choose your favorite number. Say if there's 6 pages in that chapter, choose your favorite number, and that's the page for you. And that's how you'll get your reading. So it's kind of like it has its own esoteric value now. And I
Yeah.
didn't really plan it out that way. But anytime somebody has opened up the book, there's been something that has spoken to them. So been I've been very fortunate to have it have an impact on the people that's read it so far.
That's absolutely beautiful.
Thank
And
you.
by the way, probably people want to say.
A petit peu,
Yeah, a little bit.
a
Okay.
little bit.
Yeah.
Yes, we had to take French until grade 9, and then I quit. But I regret it. Any Canadians out there, make
Yeah.
sure you take your French all the way through. Being
Yeah.
bilingual is such a great thing. I'm trying to
It
actually.
is.
Yeah.
It is. And I took a little bit and then I quit. I
Oh,
wish I
really?
would have.
I really want to get back into learning another language. It's a good
Yeah.
thing to have.
It's so much harder when you go older.
Yeah. Yes, it is. You can teach an old dog new tricks.
And
Dog is
and, and and obviously, with your pocketbook, you are, doing the same thing, with like, showing people that you can, reshape their perspective
yeah.
on like, the way they think, if they're feeling that
Hmm.
you are brightening their horizon, uh, and with the diagnosis, and me myself being diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, I
Oh, you
resonate. Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
welcome.
I got the tag. I got the tag.
Right.
Yeah. So I understand, because especially when you get multiple tags and multiple mental diagnosis. I got the PTSD tag, and I got
Oh, yeah.
the borderline personality tag. It's like, it's like your world come crashing down. It's like, okay, all right, what do I supposed to do with this?
There's a
You know,
stigma.
it's definitely a stigma, and then the minute you start opening it up and sharing about this, it's like, okay, you have to find a way to uh, walk the journey differently, and certainly you have, and it's beautiful that you sharing this. So like, you kind of gave us some insight with like your dad giving you the keep calm book,
Yeah.
which you gotta, that's the first step you gotta do. You gotta stay calm.
Yeah.
You gotta stay calm, in all situations, in all matters, and in all, like, in all things, stay calm and be patient with yourself, and
Right.
have a little bit of compassion. But
For
um,
yourself.
after, yeah, for yourself,
Mhm.
you know. But after that, what has your journey looked like, in shaping your perspective on the power of positive thinking?
It's been a roller coaster. Like honestly, I've
Mm-hmm.
been in denial of my diagnosis. I've self-medicated. I've been on medications that make me gain weight, lose weight, feel hungry, not feel hungry, feel like I'm nobody. I've been manic, where I've been up for more than 48 hours and
Yeah.
spent a lot of money. I've been depressive, where I've tried to kill myself 3 times. I've been blah, like nothing. Nothing
Right.
exists. It doesn't matter. I have no feelings. Where I am now is I'm ecstatic. I'm so happy about my life. I'm so
Mm-hmm.
grateful. I'm so thankful. I have 3 beautiful star seeds that came to me for me to show them the way.
Yeah.
And I noticed that once I began to speak about my story, a lot of people are starting to speak to me. I just got a message
Mm-hmm.
on my phone. Um, I wonder if I can play it for you so you can hear it. This lady, a stranger, she messaged me and she said, Christy, thank you so much for your book. The lady that wanted it, she just passed away last week. But she said
Mm-hmm.
she was so happy that she received your book. So I want to continue to encourage you to keep on going. And like, it's like she passed away, but she was so happy that she got to read some of my
Yeah.
book before she passed away. It's like a love hate. There's a balance here. And
Right.
I have never liked the word balance because being diagnosed with bipolar means that you have highs and you have lows, and you have highs and you have lows.
Right.
And everybody wants you to be like this. And I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to be like this. I wake up high.
No.
I wake up happy. I wake up grateful. I wake up so great. It's the other external things that make me feel like I'm not good enough or not worthy or not
Right.
me. So I've had to create my personality, Cookie Mango. I've had to create my own company,
Mm-hmm.
Mango Wellness, so that I can advocate for myself by speaking out loud to
Right.
others. Because when you speak it, it becomes real. You know, when you write it down, it becomes real. When you take your pen to paper and write something,
Mm-hmm.
I'm I journal. So I opened up to June 19th, 2014. There's a lot of things. You know, it's right here. It says nobody really knows why they're alive until they know what they would die for. That's for somebody. I don't know who, but I opened up a page and there was something there. Um, I feel like I'm using my book as entrance into the door to talk about mental health. Um, and I'm using my life as an example because I'm an open book. Again, like I said, I'm about to be 40. So I don't care anymore. You guys can make fun of me all you want. Buy my book though.
Yeah.
Just buy the book.
And we actually got, we got some comments coming in. They want to know, like, do you have any ebooks? Is this book available in ebook version?
Yes, it is. It is an ebook and there is a
Yeah.
hard copy. I am working on by the end of August, I will have a audiobook for you guys. I am going to be
Okay.
recording all the quotes from beginning to end by the end of the summer. I'm not rushing because I don't like to rush.
Okay.
I've rushed too far in my life and it didn't get me anywhere. So guess what? We're taking my time. We are taking
Hmm.
time with everything. So the goal is to have the audiobook by the end of summer before Labor Day. But if it's not, it's not. But I'm working on it.
Hey, working on it sounds a lot better than saying, like I can't do it or I'm not going to do
Oh,
it.
it is not in my vocabulary. My children cannot say cannot, but they say you can't say can't. I have to try to transform that and make it into something else. I'm
Yeah.
not able to at the moment. I would like to, but can't just is so it's so hard. It's hard. Like there's no way out of
Right.
can't, and there's always a way out if you try to look for it. I
It
believe.
is. And there's various ways to find where you're trying to arrive at.
Yeah.
And what's so very interesting about your quotes is it's uh, filled with inspiration. And I'm curious to know, and I'm sure like the audience is too. Are there any different sources where you might have gotten inspiration to develop your quotes, and what are some of your favorites, and why do they speak to you so deep?
Um, Honestly, my favorite ones are the ones from the people I know. Like the first one that comes to me is the one that my dad put. So I
Mm.
quote my dad in the book, and he said, "The higher you climb up the ladder, the more your ass is exposed."
I like that.
Right? That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a real good one.
And honestly, it wasn't any particular person or any particular thing. It was just if I was around you, I always have a book on me. Like I always have. See, obviously this is an old one.
Yeah.
I always have a notebook. I'm journaling all the
Mhm.
time. I'm writing all the time. I'm always putting down ideas or something that I want to put together. I'm a creative, you know. I
Yeah,
went to
that's an easy one to remember too. Sorry to cut you off, but oh, yeah, I
right,
love that one.
right, and it resonates. Think about it, right? Because you are
Yeah,
climbing up this ladder in life, and
right.
the more that you, because like I say, I'm an open book. So the more that I open up, there's going to be things that are exposed. I am not perfect, and I don't
Yeah,
try to be. I don't aim to be perfect, but I aim to be me, wholly. And I don't want to change myself for anybody. Not my mother, not my father, not my sister, not my brother, not my aunt, my uncle. Nobody is going to change me from being,
yeah,
E. But I did want to
yeah.
say something, and I can't remember. It's okay.
Yeah, because I cut you off. I'm
It's
sorry.
okay. It's okay. I was talking about my favorite quotes. And then the other one that comes to me is it's from this guy named Max that I met in one of the
Mhm.
mental wards of the hospital. And it
Okay.
said, it's okay to be weird. It just means you're different.
Mhm.
And I find that a lot of Americans don't like the word weird, and we don't like the word crazy. Like you guys will use crazy all the time. That's crazy. That's crazy. And like I don't like the word crazy in Canada. And then you guys don't like the word weird. There's no reason.
We use weirdo now.
Yeah,
People
weirdo.
are weirdo out now.
Yeah, it's words. People say
Oh man.
stones may hurt you. Words pierce me. I can stab
Mhm.
you with my words. I'm a trained actress. I went to Toronto Film School. I also
Yeah,
taught
we're
at
gonna talk about that in a minute.
words can hurt, but I wanted to use my
Yeah.
words to help, so and motivate, and that's what I do. I'm a motivator. If you check out my Instagram, Cookie Mango underscore da underscore goddess, um,
Yeah.
you'll know every Monday I put something inspirational about my life, whether it's reposted from 3 years ago or not. It's something for your motivational Monday with Mango.
Yeah, and speaking of which, now that we've got kind of mid breaking to the interview and this episode, let's continue to do some call to action
Okay.
while we at it. I like to do call to action when we kind of mid break to kind of wake the audience up and
Yeah.
make sure that they're paying attention.
Yeah.
So if you made it this far, on the Transform You Live show with Christy, our special guest, um, and you still join with us and you uplifted and empowered, don't forget to grab your copy of Change Your Mind, Change Your Life, a pocketbook of quotes. It's a treasure trove of inspiration for your mental wealth, your mental wellness journey.
Yeah.
And tell them your social again.
On every single platform, I am Cookie Mango, no E. Don't ever put an E in my cookie. I'm building my empire one brick at a time. That's COOKIMANGO underscore DA underscore goddess on Instagram. On everything else, it's just Cookie Mango.
Absolutely. And share this episode as it continues to run. So let's talk about that arts and entertainment
All right.
career you had that you got diversity a diverse career in arts and entertainment. So how has that creative spirit influenced your approach to mental health and self-care?
I mean, it's made it easy. I'm a
Uh-huh.
trained actress, meaning that I am a performer. I work in theater and I work in film. I'm able to speak very eloquently. I love to read. I'm a voiceover artist as well. I like to speak in different accents, and depending on where you're coming from, I can talk to you from a different accent. If you're from, I like to switch it up sometimes. Um, I, like I said, I went to Toronto Film School and I graduated from the acting for film, television, and theater program. And after
Nice.
graduating, I actually taught there. I taught at Toronto Film School as an assistant teacher, editing videos,
Wow.
helping with classes. Um, I also teach acting classes. I've done that in Pickering from ages 7 to 19. I taught for about 5 years. And then I went to another job where I was teaching all over Canada for this company called The Director's Cut. We'd bring cameras,
Yeah.
laptops, computers, tripods, and we'd make a movie in a day. I did claymation, stop motion animation. We did documentaries, we did comic books. Um, so it was great to see how I can implement film with the schoolwork. So depending on what they were doing in class, we would do a film about it. Now in my life now, when I have my own company, Mango Wellness, I'm able to integrate different things in my workshops. Like I have workshops for men, I have workshops for women, and for children. I'm trying to get into the schools right now so I can talk to teens about mental health and just the simple fact of talking about my story and my diagnosis, and then having my
Yeah.
book as a tool to say, here's a book, here's a little tool, here's a little pocketbook, here's something you can keep on you if you need a positive vibe. Um, that's how I'm trying to implement my acting and my theater into it. But I'm working with a company right now called Gold Mine Production.
Yeah.
We just produced a short film. That was a comedy called Reverse That. We're working on a new film right now called Never Again. We just hired the actors, so I'm constantly doing something different. Whether it's script supervising, stage managing, voiceover acting, I'm very multifaceted. So me being an author is just one little bit of a cookie. It's just
I
a cookie
know.
crumb.
That's the cookie crumb.
Which leads me into my next fact. That's the next book
Yeah.
title. The next book will be called Cookies Crumbs.
Man, I love it. I love it. Yeah. So you you're very unique, and
Thank you.
I love how how you have transformed what would appear to most as a handicap, and as something that could have just took you straight out of the road, and put you on the side of the road into a ditch, and but you on the path, and you headed forward, and there's so many of our listeners who are struggling. There's so many who should be listening right now, who are struggling to find positivity in their lives, and find purpose.
Yeah.
Um, and they're facing mental health struggles or
Right.
challenges, and they're facing symptoms, and haven't been officially diagnosed. Whatever that is. I like to say whatever that is, right?
Being
So what?
diagnosed, being undiagnosed,
Yeah,
I just was the one
exactly,
that got diagnosed bipolar so that nobody else has to. That's the way I look at it.
exactly.
Because if I
Yeah, you did the work for them.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
I had to pay the cost to be the boss, you know what I mean? So I had to
Yeah.
do what I gotta do. I had to and I went through what I had to went through so that I can speak about
Yeah,
it. I know how to speak.
yeah,
But you also have
and,
to make
and
your passion your paycheck. And it's my passion to speak.
yeah.
So if you
So
don't
so I,
it's hard.
and that's why I'm trying to arrive to this question to ask you.
Yeah.
What advice do you have for me? I mean, and it's a cliche question, but people have
Oh,
heard you
that's
on
a great
on
question.
on other platforms, but my platform, we need you to.
No problem. Just on a general note to self, note to people,
Mhm.
stay true to who you are. That
Yeah.
child on the inside, that person who was told no, you're too much. Guess what? You're just enough for the right person. Yeah. Because I've been told that too many times. But guess what? It pays the cost to be the boss. So I got to do what I have to do. And I, I, I like to rhyme. I'm a poet as well. I'm a
Yeah.
lot of things. I'm a Jew of all trades. Okay. Google me. That's why I tell people. Anytime somebody wants to ask for my number, I'm like, yeah, you know what? Google me first and see if you
Yeah.
want to deal with all that. Because there's a whole lot of things on the internet about me. I was the Black Canadian Queen of Ajax. I had a crown. I literally had the crown. Like, I have a lot of life to still live, and I've lived a lot of
Yeah.
life. But I don't go back because going back is depression. My
Hmm.
issue right now is thinking too far ahead. That's my anxiety, my heart, my thoughts. I'm currently right now in a 4-week program in the hospital. It's a mindfulness program because I needed
Yeah.
help. I needed help. I needed to go and get help. I wasn't on any medication. I didn't have a psychiatrist. I didn't have any help. So I went into the emergency department to ask for help.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, I feel great. I have a medication that I'm taking that helps me with my racing thoughts,
Yeah.
but it doesn't make me feel like I'm nothing. It doesn't make me hungry. It doesn't make me thirsty. It gives me a little bit of dry mouth. Usually medication does that. But
Yeah.
it's okay to take medication if you need it. And it's okay
Yeah.
not to if you don't.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the balance that people need to understand, that every body is different and everybody is different. So
Exactly.
everybody's diagnosis and everybody's treatment will be different. And again, I have to reinforce this. The psychiatrists and doctors only know what you tell them. So if you
Mm-hmm.
don't tell them all of your symptoms, they won't be able to help you correctly. You have to be honest with yourself and
Mm-hmm.
honest with the people who are going to be treating you. And right now, I'm at North York General Hospital, and shout out to you guys. Great program. Because the program that I'm taking right now is free because Canadian healthcare. Canadian
Yeah.
healthcare.
Shout,
It's
shout,
free,
shout out to Ken.
but mind you, it took me
Yeah.
a while to get in here. There's a waiting list.
Yeah.
So,
I can imagine.
pros and
Yeah.
cons.
Yeah. Yeah. And that is always like my thing. That always like encourage everyone is active participation
Yeah,
and on every part of your health. You got to have active participation, and there's a holistic component, but there's also a medical component, and when you
right.
fuse the two together, and you stay active in both of it,
That's
you
what it
can
is. And
you can
not a
you
lot of
can
people
move
talk
forward.
about holistic, though. And it's funny, but it's okay. It's okay.
Hmm.
When you know, you know. You got to know your own health. You know your own body, and you know what's right
Yeah,
for you. Don't let anybody force you into anything you don't want to. I mean, sometimes,
yeah,
I've been arrested and taken straight to the hospital because they can't take me to jail. Once you have a diagnosis, guys, in Canada, they take you right to the hospital. Just letting you know. But there have been times where I needed help and I didn't want it.
yeah.
And other people can see that I was getting manic, but I was like, I'm living life. I'm having a great time. There has to be balance somewhere. I know I said I
Right.
don't like the here, but highs and lows, that's okay. But I don't need to go all the way up and all the way down. That's the difference.
Hmm.
And now I recognize it. Took me almost 40 years, but it's okay. You got to go through to get to
Exactly.
bars.
I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
We got about like 1 minute left,
Okay.
and I think in the 1 minute,
What you got?
let's hit you with this one. You kind of touched on what's next for you.
Yeah.
You know, and I want to thank you first of all for being very inspiring. And
Oh,
sharing
thank you.
sharing the wisdom found
I appreciate
in your
you saying
book.
that. I receive that. I receive it.
Yeah, your journey is a testament, to the power of positive thinking and like how to be transformative, like and how we all got a transformative potential inside of all of us.
That's right.
You know, but the question I wanted to ask you is, you mentioned to me that you're a mother,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of mothers out there. You know, how how would you say that you prioritize, you know, all of your roles and responsibilities, despite being a mother?
I don't know. It's hard. It's something that I'm currently struggling with. Trying to prioritize the fact that I'm a mom first, but I'm
Hmm.
also me first. I was here before those children. I have to take care of
Okay.
me before I can take care of them. There's this thing that they call airplane mode, right? Where you got to put on your own
Yeah.
before you put on for your child. That hurts my feelings. I need to protect my
Hmm.
children first. But guess what? If mommy's not okay, babies 1, 2, and 3 will not be okay. So I
Right.
have to take care of me first. That's why I went to the hospital. That's why I asked for help. I don't like asking for help. I'm a Scorpio. Who doesn't? Who don't ask for help? What? But I have to. there comes a point in life where you have to ask for help if you need it. And to
Yeah.
any mother out there, that's exactly what I would say. Ask for help and know who to ask for help, because not everybody is able to help you in the way you need it.
Yeah,
I learned
exactly.
that
Not
the hard way.
everybody's a safe space to run
Ah,
into. You
I
know,
love
some of
to.
these
I
some
love
of these
to.
spaces you run into, like, man, you better run back out.
Sometimes you need that experience. So it is.
Yeah,
It is for a greater
yeah,
at the end.
that's true too. Yeah,
Exactly. Right?
yeah. Thank
You're
you so
welcome.
much for
Thank you.
that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and give us that social and tell us where to find the book one more time.
Anytime. The book is called Change Your Mind, Change Your Life, a pocketbook of quotes. And remember, it's you are, not YOUR, because I'm cool, right? So
Yeah.
change you are mind, change you are life, a pocketbook of quotes
Mhm.
by Cookie Mango. No E in the cookie, because I'm building my empire one brick at a time, and I like to rhyme. Cookie Mango on all platforms. That's COOKIMANGO underscore DA underscore goddess on Instagram. But everywhere else on X, on Snapchat, on Bigo, I'm big in Japan. Peace, peace, peace. It's your girl's girl, Christie, aka Cookie Mango.
All right. Well, you heard it, listeners. Remember, listeners, the power to change your life starts with changing your mind. Grab a copy of Christie's book. Embrace those quotes that resonate with you and start with your own transformation today. Thank you for joining us on the Transform You Live show. Until next time, keep those positive vibes. I'm Marcus Hart. Many blessings, peace, and lots of love. Share this with someone you love, someone you don't know, and someone you may not get along with.
Right?
Either way, share it.
Peace.